welcome back to Cincinnati.
Thank you.
What are your first impressions coming here in the newly renovated site?
Well, there are a lot of thoughts and excitement because the site looks amazing and it's a Grand Slam level kind of quality. So yeah, it's great what they did in a year. Who would have? I mean, I knew that there were plans to do that, but I wasn't expecting this kind of differences. It's pretty amazing.
Other questions? Yeah.
You got the narrative a little bit after your win at Wimbledon. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Was a little bit like Iga's back, and I just wondered if you reflect on that. Like, did you feel you were actually ever gone, or just talk about that for a minute? That idea of you being back, so to speak.
I think this is a concept made by media, so you should explain that to me.
I don't know, that maybe
I don't
some
think
of the
I
big
was.
titles were eluding you, and maybe, you know, Arena and Coco and Madison breaking through in Australia, and maybe the titles weren't coming as frequently as you might have wanted.
Yeah, but does it mean that I wasn't there to like?
So you didn't feel like you had fallen out, or you were searching for your game, that type of stuff?
No, I think I had some challenges and some tournaments where I played really well, but still, you know, lost in the semis or usually to a winner. It happens, like it's sports. I wasn't gone.
You weren't gone.
No.
I wasn't gone. I was there. Hey.
So, like, what was your rest like and sort of celebration after Wimbledon like, and then going to Canada and playing that tournament, and then actually, you know, losing early? Did that feel differently than some of the other losses? Once you're Wimbledon champion, sort of like, not like you're done, but you know what I'm saying in terms of like, okay, you know, like this is just a process, getting ready for the U.S. Open, getting ready for other tournaments. Like, how have you felt since then?
For sure, I felt like I'm still like figuring out how to play on grass with on hard court with these balls as well that are much lighter, you know. So I had 5 days off after Wimbledon, but in reality it was more like 3.5 because of traveling as well and everything. So it's not like I could reset completely, but for sure, you know, it was a different kind of period of time where I was more like kind of celebrating and just being happy instead of like focusing on next challenges. So when I came to Montreal, I started doing that, but I think up to my first matches, I still was kind of in the kind of like remembering and being happy about Wimbledon. I worked like pretty hard and I was committed, but I think I was still in my mind like expecting that I'm gonna play similar to my last matches on Wimbledon, but the conditions were different. Yeah, so I guess I just need to continue like the work and do a little progress in my tennis and also in my decision making, because I feel like my last match I lost because I was kind of rushing it and kind of trying to play too many winners like I would on grass. But here you have to be more patient. On the other hand, the surface was faster than Wimbledon, so kind of tougher for me, I would say.
Can I just ask you what those 3.5 days? What does 3.5 days of Iga celebrating look like?
I went to the Polish Sea. I was on a boat, so I even like slept there and everything. So I was totally. I liked it because it's impossible for me to like go sightseeing to another city in Poland, and now I could like see the shore and every big city that we have there from like the water point of view. And my friends were there, so it was all super fun, and I loved it. So yeah.
A few things sort of kind of came out of Wimbledon that were, I think, unexpected. They became like really big on social media. First of all, being strawberry pasta, and then the towels. And I don't know if you expected that to become as big as they were. And I want to talk, what did you first think of how big strawberry pasta became and how it's become now just part of normal life that everyone knows
Is it?
about?
Oh, okay.
Everyone knows about strawberry pasta. And and then also,
There's the door. If you don't want to talk about it.
and then where are the towels? Where are they?
Honestly, they're gone. Like,
Who has them?
my friends, like my family, I only got one at the end, so I think I didn't take enough. Yeah, but if you ask, most of players are doing this, the towel thing, and I think like it's a great souvenir. It's like the best one you can get from a Grand Slam, and I can imagine like in 30 years having this pile of towels and like using them daily and like reminding myself what I did this year on this tournament, you know. So yeah, why not? Like, I want it, I take it, and then I have good memories.
Next question, Megan?
There you go. You mentioned that in Canada you were still kind of feeling the after effects of Wimbledon in a positive way. I'm curious if that felt different to the other slams you won, like, you know, afterwards and how you digested it, if there was a difference there. And given that, you know, obviously you talked about how joyful you felt and it wasn't just a relief, right?
Yeah, it was totally different, and I gotta say sometimes after winning Roland Garros, maybe not the first year because also it was like the last tournament of the season in 2020, but later on I kind of just I had a week off and then I had to play on grass, so it was always back to reality kind of moment. The game was totally different. Like I didn't feel as good as on clay, so I just had to like forget about the Grand Slam that just happened and focus on the next one. After US Open 2020, I was super happy, and I remember feeling that I should really appreciate and enjoy these moments. I think before this Wimbledon, it was the happiest I've been after winning a slam, and yeah, right now as well. Like honestly, I don't let myself be happy that long usually. So sometimes when I was winning these tournaments years before, like I just immediately thought about the next one, you know, and you're kind of aware that. Okay, you can be happy now, but if you're gonna lose like second round next tournament, you're gonna be sad again. So I was kind of avoiding this, you know. But now, honestly, I feel like winning Wimbledon is a thing that is gonna like be with you for the rest of your life. So I let myself be happy a little bit longer, and maybe that's why I wasn't like so sharp, I would say, on my last tournament. But for sure, I know that if I want to win more in the future, like I need to forget about it a bit and get back on it and just work. So yeah, I think everybody like has a different kind of system, because there are people that are like to wake up that like to wake up and be like, oh, I want this, I'm so amazing, and then they go to work like so inspired. But I'm more of a person that needs to just kind of be humble and just be focused on the next ones, because if I'm gonna think too much about how I played, you know, when I played kind of perfectly, then I'm gonna have too high of an expectation, and it's not gonna fit the work process, kind of.
Couple more. Courtney?
In terms of, you know, the post-Wimbledon process, I'm sure you're inundated by like interview requests and all these sorts of things, but you popped onto the Roddick podcast. I'm curious what goes into a decision like that, and what was it like to be interviewed by Andy Roddick?
Well, it wasn't a hard decision because the
Okay.
podcast is great. I know he likes to make it really about tennis, and also he's really supportive. And I've been listening to the podcast, so I kind of knew what it's gonna look like. So it wasn't like a tough decision. If I would have to like choose from different like interviews that I was proposed. I think, you know, choosing another tennis player that is going to interview you and have been there, you know, played everything, I think that's the best interview kind of. I'm sorry, guys, but it's like talking to a friend a little bit, you know. Even though I haven't spoken to him, like it's more that I know he's going to get it, and yeah, I felt really great talking to him. I also like the podcast format. I'm not doing that a lot, but I have like experiences more of like doing long interviews on the radio, you know. So I always loved it, and yeah, I mean, he's doing a great job. So I'm happy I could be part of that.
Can I just ask a quick follow-up? Sorry. It felt like you were kind of unburdening yourself in a lot of ways. Like, I know, but.
Well, I started babbling at some point.
You babbled the whole story, but I mean, did it feel good afterwards, finally getting all of that out with respect to what happened months ago and all that?
Well, I think I got it out before, but not too, like, I was kind of, you know, on press conferences you get asked a question, then you get asked another about different topics, so there's not much space to also like follow up or tell the full story. But honestly, on the other hand, if I would have to tell the full story, I would be talking for like 4 hours or even longer. So when he asked about the case, or kind of I brought it up, I don't know, I just felt that it's an important event in my life, so talking about it, I kind of have to make it long for people to actually understand what happened or how I felt, you know. But it didn't, like, afterwards, I didn't feel like it changed anything. I was more like, because I kind of started forgetting about the whole thing, you know. Maybe not here, because it kind of, it's going to be like 1 year anniversary. But I started forgetting about it, so talking about the whole thing again, like, brought up some emotions, and I just wanted to let it go again, you know.
All right, guys, we'll leave it there.
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So Andy knows tennis better than we do?